Good evening and welcome, bienvenue, to the 2022 Inspired Awards and Auction. My name is Mike Greek. I'm the CEO of Special Olympics Nova Scotia, and I'd like to welcome you to tonight's show. Standing here for a reason behind me, you will see two things. Guy Lafleur, La Première Étoile, a legend in hockey. On the other side, a series of brand new plaques that host our annual awards winners, and tonight's winners, their names will be proudly displayed on this wall. All of these people have achieved great things, and as with any athlete or coach, they have done that with the support of their family. I'd like to introduce you to some of the people that are important in my life. No one's more important in our lives than our family, and for me, that includes my two kids, Morgan and Mackenzie, who are grown up. These are older pictures, and my partner, Jennifer. I also like to show a nice picture on my desk here from a guy that is kind of a TV celebrity, not just for politics, but for the Curse of Oak Island. Of course, our Premier, Tim Houston, and you will be hearing from him later. And next, I'd like to take you out to the hall, and we're going to take a look at these plaques. Special Olympics doesn't work without each of these groups: officials, coaches, volunteers, and athletes, of course. We are proud and we are excited they're back on the fields training, and we're looking forward to seeing them this summer in Antigonish at the Provincial Summer Games. We simply could not do what we do without the generosity, kindness, and support from our incredible sponsors. Michelin Canada, longtime friends, founding partner, they've been keeping us moving forward on the road to success, and they are just the kind of partner you want to have by your side when the rubber meets the road. The brothers, Mickey and Colin McDonald, pillars of our community, wonderful sponsors, and true friends of our Special Olympics athletes. Their companies, Harvest Wine, Beer and Spirits, and McFarland's, are both top quality just like them, and we hope that you'll support them just like they support us. St. FX University, host of the highly successful 2018 National Games, many provincial games. Their leadership, their staff are not only partners, they are friends who truly believe in our movement and our athletes. Olin's Brewery, proud Nova Scotia company that is both community-minded and environmentally focused. We truly appreciate their ongoing support for our athletes and our volunteers. And of course, we want to thank our partners who make sure that you know what's happening through TV, through online, and across all our social media platforms. CTV, the most watched news and television channel in the Maritimes and home to our favorite host, the amazing Anna Almeida. I want to thank CTV for always stepping up to celebrate our athletes and share the Special Olympics message. EPG, Event Partners Group, Christina Miller and Shannon Bazanson are truly great supporters and have been working with the Inspired events for many years. Their creativity and talents are a key reason why these shows continue to be enjoyed and look so great. Thanks to all of them, and thanks to all of you for watching, for bidding, and we hope that next year when we can do this in person, we'll be all back together once again. A huge shout out and thanks to our Inspired committee members. Thanks for everything you've done to make tonight a success. Tonight we're celebrating our annual award winners. We want to congratulate each of them and their families for what is an amazing and incredible achievement. And thank you for all you do for Special Olympics. And next, I want to hand it over to my friend, a Team Nova Scotia member, a Team Canada member, and the current chair of our Provincial Board of Directors, not a big deal, Mike MacArthur. Over to you.
Thanks, Mike. Hi, I'm Mike MacArthur, Chair of the Board for Special Olympics Nova Scotia. We're here tonight to recognize the hard work and dedication of thousands of Nova Scotians who have risen to the challenge to stay connected, maintain their spirits and their health. I think you'll see that through tonight's provincial award stories. It is my pleasure to introduce longtime favorite host, Anna Almeida from CTV.
Thanks, Mike. I am so happy to be with you tonight. CTV is proud to once again be your presenting media sponsor. I miss seeing you all in person, especially your hugs and your high fives. I gotta tell you, the Inspired auction has been very busy with many bidders since launching on March 1st. And I am so thrilled with your generosity. If you haven't checked out the auction, just click on an item and you have an opportunity to win that item. So tonight, we're also presenting my favorite part of the event, the Special Olympics Nova Scotia Provincial Awards. All of us at CTV send you a huge congratulations. Of course, to all the winners, you are very deserving of each and every award. And I am joined virtually by several co-hosts tonight. I'm happy to have not one, but lots of Special Olympic athletes as my co-hosts. You know I love you, so please watch out for all of them.
Please welcome our presenting media sponsor from CTV, Trent McGraw, who is the CTV Atlanta and Bell Radio Atlanta General Manager.
Hi, it's Trent McGrath, General Manager here at CTV Atlantic. We are so pleased once again to be involved in the Inspired Awards and Auction. It is absolutely one of our favorite events of the year, and I wish we could be there to celebrate together. A big shout out and congratulations to all the athletes. You definitely inspire us all. COVID restrictions are lifting, and I know your training is going to be ramping up. You have lots of competitions ahead, so I wish you all the best, especially this summer at St. FX. I look forward to seeing you all next year in person. Have a great night.
Hi, I'm Linnea Swinnemer, the new coordinator of sport programs and events at Special Olympics Nova Scotia. The online auction is really taking off tonight, which is super exciting. It's open until 10 p.m., so please share the auction link with all of your friends and family. With more than 80 items, there is definitely something for everyone. When you support the athletes of Special Olympics Nova Scotia, you are supporting a safe return to sport. And won't it be nice to get things back to normal? Fund an Athlete is also a great way to support our athletes. It's item number 1 on the auction list, so check that out. We also have a really easy way to make a donation. Just look for the donation button. Now, please remember to bid high and bid often.
Thank you for supporting Special Olympics Nova Scotia. You're the best.
And now for a few words from our presenting sponsor, Michelin. Please welcome Andrew Much, President of Michelin Canada.
Hi everyone. Michelin is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Inspired Awards and Auctions again this year. Special Olympics and the athletes have been such an important part of us here at Michelin for 35 years now. We can't wait to see all the athletes back to sport. I'm here with a special friend to say congratulations to all the provincial award winners. We can't wait to give you high fives in person. Until then, here's one from us now. Thanks everybody and congratulations.
Thank you for supporting the Special Olympics athlete.
My brother Colin and I are very proud to support the athletes getting back into training. These guys put a lot of hard work and energy into getting ready for the games. We really like supporting the athletes here because the sportsmanship they show, it's amazing. These kids are great, and that's why we always like to be part of this when their athletes are training, as well as the Special Olympics. We could all learn from these guys, watching how they play their sports and how they carry themselves. So we are very proud and humbled to be able to be a part of it. Thank you very much.
Please welcome the Honorable Tim Houston, the 30th Premier of Nova Scotia.
Hey folks, what an honor to join you as we recognize and celebrate our Special Olympic athletes, volunteers, and organizers. The Special Olympics play such an important role in our communities across the entire province. The work you do to promote inclusion, dignity, respect, and excellence reflects the values we hold dear as Nova Scotians. It is so heartwarming to see Nova Scotians getting back to playing sports like we once did before. And I know we're all excited to witness the enthusiasm, the determination, and sportsmanship of Nova Scotia's Special Olympians back in full force. To the parents, guardians, coaches, trainers, friends, and families of these athletes, I want to thank you for everything you do to support our Special Olympians. You should be very proud. I also want to thank you, the volunteers, for your commitment to our athletes. These games would not be possible without you, they really wouldn't. And most of all, to our Special Olympians, I want you to know that you continue to inspire each and every one of us every single day. You show us what can be accomplished when you have a goal, when you follow that goal, when you work hard, and you strive to be your very best. Nova Scotians are so proud of you and your accomplishments. You motivate us to work harder. Have fun and enjoy the process. Thank you.
Hi, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Terry Richardson from Victor County. I've been a long-term volunteer and board member of Special Olympics Nova Scotia. When I say the athletes are cheering you on, I really mean it. The camaraderie I've seen and felt from the athletes on the fields, in the pools, and on the ice over the years is the most inspiring feeling of all. As a Special Olympics volunteer, I know athletes will be helping each other get back to the sport, and the coaches, officials, and countless volunteers behind the scenes would be right there with them. But we need your help. There are great items to bid on. The auction will be open until 10 p.m. tonight. Please share the auction link with all your friends and family. If you wish to make a donation, it's easy, just look for this button. Not sure what to bid on? Try Donation Fund an Athlete. It's a great way to support athletes as they return to safely play. It's number one on your auction list. Now, please remember, bid high, bid often, and don't be outbid.
And now let's head over to Matt Quinn. Wants to tell you about a really important fundraiser, Fund an Athlete. Over for you, Matt.
Fund an Athlete is a program dedicated to supporting Special Olympic athletes' journey to a regional, provincial, national, or world competition. The cost of sending athletes to competition is high, and now more than ever they need your support as they return to play. It's easy to donate. Simply click on item number 1 on the auction list to help support Special Olympic athletes. Thanks for supporting their journey and reaching their full potential.
Athlete. When you donate to Fund an Athlete, you are helping us make a trip to competitions. This Summer Games is a go this year. Please make a donation to the Fund an Athlete. It's easy. Just click on the auction item number 1. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Wade Keller from the Bat Breweries of Canada. We are proud to be a silver sponsor of tonight's Inspired Awards and Auction. I'm especially pleased to introduce this segment of the Provincial Award winners.
Way back in 1998, I was out for my daily run, usually after work, and I happened to run past the track at St. Yvette's, and I saw this group of athletes there, and I thought, oh, what's happening here? And I happened to know one of the ladies involved, Marilyn McCullen, and right after practice, I kind of went right to her and said, hey, what's happening here? And can I help out? You know, I've done a lot of running, and I'd love to get involved. And, you know, from that day forward, the next practice I was at, and from there, it just continued, and here we are. 20, almost 24 years later, and I'm still involved, still coaching. So up here at the Eastern Highlands, we mainly have our practices over at St. Yvette's or on the track there. We have them usually twice a week. Our athletes come from the local area as well as Port Hawkesbury area, and you know, we could have anywhere from 25 to 30 athletes to begin with, and that's what we work with. So we have an amazing group. What we do in the spring is when we start up our practices, we try to encourage, say, the soccer players to come and join us, or the bocce players, just so that their fitness level increases, so that they're sort of more prepared for their sports. So So when I first see at some of our Special Olympic practices, our new athletes that come, they're so welcomed by everybody. And even, with these athletes, whether they know somebody or not, they just make them feel such at home and to be part of the group. And it's really important. It's not just about getting out on that track and just running as hard as you can. We adjust our workouts to fit each athlete because everybody's at a different fitness level and their strengths are different. So we can just tweak it a little bit. At the end of it, you just get these high fives, you get these hugs, and you get these big smiles. It's really, that's the benefit that we see as coaches, I feel. The national games, to host them in our hometown here, was just so super special to begin with. But knowing that all these athletes are going to have their families, they're going to have their friends, they're going to have their classmates, everybody in the stands, but they were just so excited that they were actually here in Antigonish, and for a family to come and see, because most times a lot of the families don't get to unfortunately come and see their athletes or their loved ones. Everybody in Antigonish knew these 10 athletes before, and then every one of these athletes, they were heard with their medals around their neck. They wore those medals for weeks on end after the nationals. So they were pretty proud, and yes, we were super, super proud of them all. To be a volunteer, I guess, with Special Olympics is just something that you can't even fathom what it's like until you actually do it. Funny, I had a friend of mine that said, when you retire from work, are you retiring from Special Olympics? I said, oh, hell no, I've got more time. I mean, I get more from them. They've taught me so much. People say, oh, you put in your time, but I said, yeah, but it's really nothing. It's, I get more back from them than I give, I think, to be honest.
I've been to all the provincial games since I've been involved, summer and winter, either as an assistant coach, head coach, just a volunteer. So I was an assistant coach at St. Albert in Alberta for Winter Games, and head coach at Winter Games in Corner Brook, Newfoundland, and an assistant coach in Antigonish for summer games. It's been great. It's been a great 20 years with all. I also coach snowshoeing, which is a sport that I get into when I was a kid, and I've been snowshoeing all my life. So it was great to get involved with some athletes and show them some different things. And so now we have quite a good team. We've taken them down to the other side of Liverpool to Somerville Beach to practice on the sand, and it works out well. They're looking forward to seeing you all the time. They just can't wait, really. And, they love being with each other, doing the practices with each other, and seeing their friends and other teams. So when you go to these provincial games, it's just like a big homecoming for them all. They enjoy the competition. They all like to win their medals. A lot of people have a misinterpretation of what it is about, but once you get there, it's completely different. Make it fun, and they'll do it for you. If they don't want to do a practice, sometimes I'll get one of the athletes to run the practice, and then everybody seems to follow along, and then we'll do different exercises. Some exercises that we normally wouldn't do, they will pick an exercise and everybody does it. It doesn't matter what your profession is, come out and give it a try. You'll probably never forget it. Well, it's an honor. I appreciate it.
I first became involved in Special Olympics when my daughter Jennifer, she joined Special Olympics when we moved here from Ontario in 1996. That's 25 years ago, and I'm still involved. I knew of bocce, and around 2013, it became a sport for Special Olympics Nova Scotia. I know how to play the game, so I took on the coaching of the sport in Lunenburg, Queens from that time. Bowling, bocce are very similar in the, you roll a ball and that kind of stuff. So a lot of the athletes find it fun because it's now an outdoor sport, and it's a challenge. It makes them think. I think they really enjoy it. Then I started in 2015. I started actually being part of the committee, the Special Olympics committee for the Summer Games, and then I was working with the Bocce King, as he's known, Jamie McDougall, and we also did the 2018 National Summer Games in Antigonish. I knew all the rules, and I took over all the technical stuff. It just overall, the whole thing went really smooth. Everything was on time. Everything ended on time, started on time. Everybody was very cooperative from all the rest of the provinces. It was great overall. The whole experience was great. Being part of what I consider a very special organization is very satisfying for me, and I think it's satisfying for probably everybody that's involved with it. And when I say everyone, I mean the athletes, the coaches, the sport assistants, officials, family members, volunteers. They all get something from being involved in Special Olympics. And the people that are more involved, they'll learn patience for one thing. You have to learn how to be patient, humility, understanding, pride, and above all, sportsmanship. You can't compare any other sport, professional, non-professional, or whatever, to the sportsmanship you see in Special Olympics.
The first time I did anything with Special Olympics was probably 8 years ago or so for the St. Mary's Summer Games. We helped out with the softball. Through my time with Special Olympics, I have been the registrar of the Special Olympics Dartmouth for going on my 4th or 5th year. Just finished a term of the coach volunteer registrar coordinator. I was the chef de mission for the last Summer Games we had a few years back. Anywhere and everything that I can do, I help out whenever I can. Been part of our Special Olympics Dartmouth COVID committee to keep everything running and going and people informed throughout the last couple of years. Geez, I forget everything that I do. I enjoy it so much, I just don't track it. It's all for the fun and being with the athletes. You get to know the athletes and you start to hang out with them. You can't get away from them. I'm fully immersed in them. I started getting involved with softball, which led into floor hockey. Well, coaching the athletes at softball is amazing. They're just so willing to learn. They want to do better. They want to try. And they're so excited when they make the smallest achievements, which I always say, I wish I could bring some of the players that I play with, come and play with the athletes just to learn how to enjoy the game again. It's such a team sport, and just the camaraderie of the team, working together, and the friendships you make. Being nominated for Volunteer of the Year, when I was first told, I was dumbfounded, blown away. I don't do it for recognition. I do it for the athletes. They get such joy out of it. It just brings me joy just seeing the smiles on their faces and how happy they are to be out and about, hanging with their friends and everything, and hanging with their coaches. All the athletes that I deal with and love the coaches that they work with.
Hello, everyone. I am Staff Sergeant Kim Robinson with Halifax Regional Police and the Nova Scotia Law Enforcement Torch Run Provincial Director. The Law Enforcement Torch Run for Special Olympics is the largest international volunteer fundraising movement for Special Olympics. More than 85,000 volunteer law enforcement officers participate annually with Special Olympics athletes to run the Flame of Hope to the opening ceremonies of every local Special Olympics competition and all provincial and national games. Since its inception in 1981, more than $72 million has been raised for Special Olympics Canada. I am pleased to announce that this year's recipient of the Law Enforcement Torch Run Award is Chief Robert Walsh with Cape Breton Regional Police Service.
I first became involved with Special Olympics over 30 years ago, helping with a LETR fundraiser when I was a police recruit doing my on-the-job training in Cape Breton. And once I got involved, I just never stopped. I've continued to contribute as an organizer and fundraiser, participating in events like LETR runs, t-shirt sales, polar plunges, and truck convoys. I served as a member of the Provincial LETR committee for over 15 years, and I'm presently the Nova Scotia Chiefs of Police Association designate to the committee. Well, Special Olympics allows people with intellectual challenges to gain acceptance and inclusion, and it's rewarding to be part of that and make a difference in people's lives in such a positive way. I like working with people behind the scenes to help organize events that give athletes opportunities to succeed. It's been an amazing experience to have been given the opportunity to meet and become friends with so many athletes and coaches, fellow organizers over the years. Law enforcement is like a family, and LETR and Special Olympics is an extension of that family. It's infectious, right? And I mean, maybe that's the term for the times, right? But it really is. Once you get involved in Special Olympics and LETR, you want to continue to be involved. It was an honor to be selected as Nova Scotia's member of the final leg running team for the 2014 National Games in British Columbia. For the National Games in Nova Scotia, I was a team leader on the final leg team of the torch run. It was rewarding to bring the experience I had in British Columbia back to Nova Scotia and take it right around our home province. It all culminated with the lighting of the Flame of Hope torch to officially open the games at St. Francis Xavier University in Antigonish. One highlight that stands out for me is the inspiration we received from the Special Olympics athlete, Erin, who traveled with us as part of the running team. We essentially ran a marathon in just a few days, and we were trying to encourage her to pace herself and stay healthy in preparation for her upcoming competition. But she was tireless, and she would not miss a single run or venue. And after many kilometers and stops, she remained the primary motivator for the rest of us, always energetic and enthusiastic. But Special Olympics has allowed me to see people at their best. To witness athletes support each other, regardless of whether they win or lose, is inspiring. If you're having a bad day, spend some time with a Special Olympian, and you'll quickly see that we should all live by the athlete's oath. Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. I am truly honored and grateful to have been given this award. I have many memorable moments of my time with LETR, but this is certainly another one that I will always cherish. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm John McDonald with Special Olympics Nova Scotia. Even with the shutdown of most of our programs, we've been able to recognize many of our dedicated athletes and volunteers. One such volunteer is Kathy Mason. Kathy's been a volunteer with our Pictou County region since 1996. She's attended 10 national games, has been the mission staff member and team member for Special Olympics Canada at 5 World Games, and has been the SOC Jim Thompson Award recipient and Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal recipient. All her accomplishments with Special Olympics over the years is why Kathy was inducted into the Nova Scotia Sport Hall of Fame as a builder last year. From all of us at Special Olympics Nova Scotia, congratulations, Kathy. Over to you, Evan.
My name is Evan Sharp. I was so excited to win the 50-50 last year. And guess what? The 50-50 is back. Check it out at sons5050.ca so you can win big too. Go Special Olympics, go!
Hi, I'm Dr. Andy Hagan, President of St. Francis Xavier University.
Everyone here at the university is proud to be a silver sponsor of tonight's inspired awards and auctions. The next segment of Provincial Awards winners is ready to go.
Swimming and track, and bowling, bocce, long jump, and shot put. Mostly track. Just work hard and listen to the coaches. Practicing with my friends.
Very proud as a parent. She's worked hard for it, and when she competes, she competes. She's medaled at every national games that she's been to. In snowshoeing, she's always helping put snowshoes on their teammates who can't do it themselves. She's always looking after their gear if they happen to get it misplaced. Summertime games, she's always tightening up track shoes and making sure that everybody's got water or sitting in the shade. So she looks after the team. She's just loves going to the games. That's the highlight of her summer or winter games. And when she gets picked to go to a national, that just makes it more icing on the cake. And of course, if Betty Ann or myself goes, then she's that much happier.
Colby is doer. That's what I call him. If I asked him to do something, there's no question or there's no hesitation.
Betty Ann's a really good coach. She really is. And she courtesies me and Michael to do our best. Snowshoeing is my favorite sport. It gives me more strength and more speed. Like if I'm in like the 100 or 200 meters, it will give me more speed and more agility to get first place in the 100 or the 200 or the 4x1 relay. Snowshoeing is not that hard. It's very easy. Just put your snowshoes on and just go. There is one thing that Betty Ann gets me and Michael to do when we're running, and she's like, smoke it. That's our motto. Smoke it. And keep your eyes on the prize.
The growth that I've noticed the most in him in the last little while we're at practice and stuff like that, is how he has taken Michael under his wing, and they call each other buddies now. Colby has helped Michael tremendously, like doing his jumping jacks right, doing his lunges correct. He always wants to try harder. And if you say to him, do you think you have it? And he'll go, and then he'll just do it again, and he'll do it until he has totally got it, because he has put his heart and soul into his training. In all over, he is a fine young man.
I want to encourage people to get that message out and say, hey, come out. It's fun. Come out and support us, and come out and make new friends.
Dr. Elizabeth Chard was a former Special Olympics Nova Scotia board chair and former volunteer leader who also chaired the 1994 Special Olympics Canada National Summer Games in Halifax. This award is given to an extraordinary individual at a provincial level and is considered the highest recognition for a volunteer in our organization. It is my honor to announce this year's recipient of the Dr. Elizabeth Chard Award to Mr. Robin McNeil. Congratulations, Robin.
I'm very excited to be receiving the Dr. Elizabeth Chard Award, recognizing not only her involvement with Special Olympics, but her involvement in our community. So when you consider her contribution both as an educator, as a builder, and as a leader in our brand, Special Olympics, particularly in Nova Scotia, she has had a lifetime of service. And so to actually be recognized for that service Knowing, of course, the people who've also been recognized with this award over the last many years, it's a humbling experience to be part of. Okay, LETR is actually in its 41st year, so 4 decades of service, which started in Wichita, Kansas. Chief Richard Lemunyon had come up with an idea at that time with a very small torch run to try to support the local events. But that was then delivered through the International Association of Chiefs of Police, and the local Canadian Association of Chiefs of Police supported that starting in 1987. But ultimately, the main factor of that, they're carrying the flame of hope into most events. We're known as guardians of the flame. That flame of hope is worldwide now. I've literally been around the world and been able to see events and see LETR and Special Olympics events in some communities that you couldn't imagine. And the flame symbolizes courage, diversity, and inclusion. And one of the key memories for me from my involvement with Special Olympics and LETR would have to be the 2018 Games. LETR did a provincial run at that time, and they took the flame all across the province to a variety of communities, to some significant events, but also logged a few kilometers on the way to Antigonish. But it was an extremely powerful night to watch them line up at St. FX and be able to get into 2 columns while they're waiting to bring that flame in, and athletes very excited to see it making its way around the auditorium before it gets to the stage, and at that time finally being lit in the cauldron. I wasn't part of the run at that time. I was actually the chair of the board, and so I was able to watch it from the stage, but it was really a powerful evening, and you could just see the athletes' excitement when they were on the floor watching this flame come in on a very hot day in Antigonish. So being selected for the final leg event in 2019, hosted in Abu Dhabi, was a very humbling experience. And we arrived in Abu Dhabi early. So the final leg actually is an event that occurs before the games themselves, and it culminates on the opening ceremonies day. So we literally finish our run in coming into the final leg is coming into the games and lighting the cauldron. So previous, for the 2 weeks, 10 days that we were there, literally the UAE is made up of 7 emirates. And so although we might consider those similar to provinces or individual countries, these 7 emirates hosted many events around the UAE. And so we were a lot of times in a bus, a lot of late nights, running into one town, getting fed, get as much sleep as you can, get up early in the morning and move on to the next town. But it was an amazing experience because in each community you got to meet some folks who probably hadn't had much exposure to Special Olympics. In some cases, of course, it was major sponsor events, but in other cases, it was about just engaging with the community, because a big component for LETR worldwide is not only raising funds. We are the significant single largest fundraiser in the world for Special Olympics, but we also are about raising awareness. And in this case, it allowed us to go into communities that may not have had a lot of exposure to Special Olympics previously. They called it, they were very involved in branding the inclusion revolution. And we were going from community to community as the anticipation builds, more athletes joining us through the program, because it wasn't just, there was about 100 police officers there from around the world, but we also had teams of 10, and each team had an athlete from around the world as well. But additional local athletes joined us as we got a little closer, finally to the culminating event at the opening ceremonies. And we had Canadian Olympians there. Mark Tewksbury was there representing Team Canada as well. And he commented that opening ceremonies was like many or any, or better than any he has ever seen. It was very powerful. These worldwide athletes were literally marched out through the, off the stage, and you could just see how excited they were for the event, how proud they were in their contributions, how much they knew this was about them. And it was humbling for us to be able to sort of fill the inner ring of the circle as the athletes came around and as the torch made its way to the stadium. It was quite something. Being recognized by the Dr. Elizabeth Charter Award is also extremely important to me. Although many know a number of folks who've been involved in Special Olympics in our family, particularly a couple of my brothers who've been heavily involved. But it's important to actually say our interest in volunteering in Special Olympics first started with their mom, but more importantly with a number of our sisters who've been avid volunteers across the province and the communities they lived in, a number of them of whom were involved in Special Olympics in the early days at St. FX or in communities around our province. And so for me, a good foundation of why it is important to be involved, an understanding of why it's particularly involved around Special Olympics, and working with those with intellectual disabilities has been an important role for me, led largely by our sisters and sister-in-laws. So I appreciate this opportunity, humbled by the opportunity, and thank you very much.
Hi there, I'm Elizabeth Newman, a longtime volunteer for Special Olympics Nova Scotia. The auction remains open until 10 p.m. Atlantic time tonight, so please keep checking your bids. You can sign up for automatic alerts and even set up automatic bidding so you don't miss out on those items that you just have to have. The athletes are cheering you on, whether it's sharing the auction with your friends, donating to fund an athlete, or bidding on items. Thank you.
Special Olympics Canada holds an annual awards night to honor the dedicated volunteers from across the country. On December the 2nd, 3 very dedicated Nova Scotians received the Frank Selke Jr. Fundraising Volunteer of the Year Award. We were extremely pleased to announce that Darren and Ann Butcher and Edwin McDonald of Atlantic Tiltlow took home this honor. For over 15 years, the Butchers have supported Special Olympics. They encourage their drivers to participate in the annual truck convoy. Through this support, Ann, Darren, and Edwin have raised over $110,000 for our programs. Congratulations from all of us at Special Olympics Nova Scotia.
My name is Danny Eigel. I'm happy to introduce the 28th Premier of Nova Scotia, Stephen McNeil. He's been a proud supporter of Special Olympics for a very long time. Please welcome Honorable Stephen McNeil.
Hello everyone, my name is Stephen McNeil. I usually present the team award at the Inspired Gala dinner, but as we all know, teams have been unable to gather. While I am disappointed that I cannot present that award, I am inspired by the way that the athletes and volunteers have stayed connected through this very difficult time. It won't be long now before you'll be able to return to the fields, to the ice, to the track, to support and inspire each other in the way that you have done for decades. I do want to say to every Nova Scotia Special Olympian how proud of you I am and how grateful I am. I consider many of you my friends, and I look forward to the day when I get to see you in person. I do have the honor today, though, to present the Dr. Frank Hayden Award. Dr. Hayden was the pioneer of Special Olympic movement. Dr. Hayden's groundbreaking Canadian research over 50 years ago started a movement of sport that continues to transform the lives of thousands of people around the world. To this day, Dr. Hayden believes sport is the answer. Athletes competing at the World Games believe it, and the parents of the 5-year-old attending active start at the community level see it. It is my great honor to present the Dr. Frank Hayden Award to Kendall Snow. Kendall, congratulations.
My sport I do is swimming. My first coach was Huey Smith. My coaches, Ellison and Ryan. I've tried bowling. I decided to stick with swimming because it gives me good exercise. And now I came a long way. I like doing the back crawl and front stroke. I love the hot tub, it's warm. It warms me up.
I'm the head coach of the Special Olympics swim team. Kendall is a perfect example of what you want to be coaching. He's always happy, gives it his best, encourages and cheers for every one of his teammates, and very competitive. So when he gets in the pool, like we submit times, when we get in the pool or he gets in the pool for his race, he always surprises us. He's very aware of where the other athletes are, and he gives his best all the time.
I've been working with Kendall for I think it's over 10 years for sure. But I remember the first swim practice he came in, and he started off with a belt and a life jacket, and then eventually moved up to a pool noodle, and then eventually moved up to being able to swim a length of the pool without any PFDs or help, and then eventually moved up into being able to do an entire swim practice with no help. So watching that over the last decade and more has been phenomenal. And you think about Kendall's personality throughout all this, he's got a very contagious personality. He's fun. He's so upbeat, and he never wants to give up. And I think that upbeat and that sense of grit and never giving up has helped him in his swimming career and helped him develop into the athlete he is today. I think Kendall's story is the best sports never give up story that I know of. He's a great person. I'm happy to be a coach with him, and then happy to have him as a friend for sure.
Kendall's sense of sportsmanship and community within Special Olympics is something that's second to none.
He's always out at community events like Dragon Boat and Special Olympics fundraisers, and there to help and really lift everyone up. So he's a very community-minded citizen. He's the perfect community citizen, really.
I'll be looking forward to going back, that's for sure. Can't wait to get back in the pool. You should never give up.
Let's head over to Special Olympics Nova Scotia board member Lorna Fleming. Lorna, can you explain how to bid higher and bid often in tonight's online auction?
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. My name is Lorna Fleming, and I've been a long-time volunteer with Special Olympics Nova Scotia. In the past, I would normally be busy on the auction floor with my dedicated volunteers setting up a beautiful silent auction at the Inspired Gala. I know we will get back to that in-person event again, and we'll be able to provide as many high fives as we can give. Tonight's auction has great items from many generous donors, from golf packages to gift cards to getaways. While you're in the auction, place a bid on the Michelin tires or the fireplace donated by Showcase Fireplaces. It's easy as scrolling down the screen and placing a bid. The auction will be open till 10 o'clock tonight, so please share the auction link with all your friends and family. Bid high, bid often. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Harriet. Thank you for supporting our Inspired Appeal and auction.
Thanks again for joining us tonight. It has been quite the year and quite the evening. You've met a lot of great people involved with Special Olympics Nova Scotia, board members, committee members, staff, generous sponsors, most importantly, many of our Special Olympics athletes who have offered you their personal thanks for your support and encouragement. Congratulations again to the amazing Provincial Annual Award winners, and thanks for sharing your inspiring stories. We know that you're proud and your families will be very proud of your accomplishments. The auction remains open till 10 p.m. Atlantic time, so please keep bidding. To all of our auction donors, thanks for your continued and generous support. It means the world to us. Tonight we have raised in excess of $40,000, and there's still time to donate and to bid. Thanks to each of you for helping our athletes return to sport. Stay safe, accept our sincere thanks for your generosity. Our athletes are cheering you on.
Well, congratulations to all the Provincial Award winners. The auction will remain open until 10 p.m. Atlantic time. So remember to check your bids right up until 10 p.m. tonight. Bid high and bid often. That's one of the things we love to say because your money goes to such a great organization. I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight. Your support of Special Olympic athletes inspires us all as the athletes make a safe return to sport. We're so excited for them. You have made the Inspired Awards and auction a huge success. Again, thank you so much, and we hope you have a great evening.